Hello friends, this lesson is about D, L, erythrio, trio nomenclature and basic terminologies which will useful for upcoming lessons. First is DL designation. D means dextrorotatory and L means levorotatory. When a movement is right hand side, that is called dextrorotatory, and when a movement is left hand side, that is called levorotatory. This nomenclature is basically used for carbohydrates and amino acids. These sugars are those sugars OH group on a right hand side of the highest number of the stereocenter, means stereocenter from the bottom side in a Fischer projection. The last stereocenter in the Fischer projection is called highest number of the stereocenter. In this stereocenter, OH group is in a right hand side, called it as a D sugar, or in the left side, that is called L sugar. For example, in this case we have a stereocenter which OH group on a right hand side. Okay, we will call it as a D, and in this glucose OH is in a right hand side of the last stereocenter, so it is called D glucose. In this glucose OH is in a left hand side, so it is called as a L glucose. Next is erythrio and trio nomenclature. This is applied to disymmetric molecules, means which don't have a symmetric ends in a Fischer projection. For example, in this case we have a two R groups. These are not same, but they are different. To determine the trio and erythrio nomenclature, the molecule should have a disymmetric or a asymmetric in nature. In this case, similar groups are on a same side in a Fischer projection, that is called erythrio nomenclature. But here you consider two similar groups are on a opposite corner of the Fischer projection. We will call it as a trio nomenclature. First we have to check that molecule is symmetric or disymmetric to determine the erythrio and trio nomenclature. For example, in this case, two groups are on a opposite side, means two groups are on a end. Those are not same, they are different, means this is dissymmetry. Groups are on a same side, these two OH on a same side, so it is called as a erythrio nomenclature. For this example is also same. In this case, molecule is dissymmetric. Okay, but the same groups are on opposite corner of the Fischer projection. This is trio nomenclature, same as this example. In this example, these two are mirror image of each other, and similarly these two are mirror image of each other. So we will call it as a enantiomers. And enantiomers are a mirror image of the each other. They are non-superimposable over each other. In this way, these two are enantiomers. But if you locate this and this one, these two are not enantiomers, but they are distereoisomers. Distereoisomers are stereoisomers, but they are not mirror image of each other. But they are stereoisomers because different in the arrangement of the group in the space. So they are stereoisomers of each other but not mirror image. Basic concepts of enantiomers and distereomers are: first is enantiomers have a same physical properties except the behavior with the plane polarized light. All physical properties like a melting point, boiling point are same, but they have behave differently with the plane polarized light. Next is rate of the reaction with the achiral reagents are same for enantiomers. Enantiomer shows the same rate of reaction with the achiral reagent. Reagent in a reaction mixture or a catalyst is achiral, means rate will be a same. Third one is Diastereomers have a different physical and chemical properties. Here, physical and chemical properties different for a diastereomers. Geometrical isomers are always diastereomers. Means cis and trans isomer which observed in a alkene. They are stereoisomers but not mirror image. So they are diastereomers. Diastereomers can be a chiral or a achiral. Then let us see the example. In this case, we have seen that arrangement of the groups is different. So we can represent it by Erythrios trios nomenclature, or you can represent it by R and S configuration. If in this case I use R and S configuration, we find that 2S and 3S. It's a mirror image of R and R. Okay, this is called enantiomers. Similarly, if in this case groups are on same side, it is called Erythrios nomenclature. But locate this center and this center, get S and R configuration. When we take the mirror image of this, we get the 2R and 3S. It is reverse of first one. This is not always true. Most of the time it is true. They are opposite to each other. So they are enantiomers. Again, they are enantiomers. Here we compare these two are diastereomers and these two are diastereomers to each other. And also these two are diastereomers and these two are diastereomers to each other. Then what are mesocompounds? Mesocompounds are achiral because presence of plane of symmetry. We have seen that it in a symmetry element lesson that they are achiral, presence of plane of symmetry. Okay, like in this example, it is mesotartaric acid and it attached to 4 groups are arranged with a stereocenter. But because there is a plane passing through molecule which can divide it into 2 equal halves, therefore it is achiral in nature. Because this rotate plane polarized light in this direction and this can rotate in a opposite direction of the plane. So the total effect is 0. 2 chiral center have a opposite configuration, so that mesocompound is achiral. Similarly, in this example, plane can pass through OH group. So this is mesocompound. In this case of cyclobutane molecule, we attach bromine is upside and other bromine is on downside. If it is a mirror image of this one, so we get a configuration. Here we get a RR configuration and here we get a SS configuration. So these are enantiomers. And in this molecule, both bromine Br on a above side and 2OH on a below side. Okay, pass the vertical line. Pass the vertical line, divide this molecule through it into a 2 equal halves. So horizontal plane also divide it into 2 equal halves. So this is a mesocompound. This center is R and this configuration is S configuration. So rotation of the light is in a opposite side for these two center. This is way to determine the mesocompound. Here total effect is null and 0 effect, so it is a mesocompound. In Newman projection, if we get a eclipsed conformation after a rotation CC bond, it will be a mesocompound. What is the meaning of this? This is a given Newman projection. Okay, simply you rotate one carbon, check whether you get the eclipsed conformation or not, in which same groups are above each other or on a same plane. If they are on same plane, they are mesocompound. In this case, front carbon remain as it is and rotate back carbon. Rotate this back carbon given this eclipsed conformation. Okay, represent it in a Fisher projection. If you have any doubt, check the lesson of the conversion Newman to Fisher projection, then it will be easier to represent it. When I place a plane, when I place in a plane in a Fisher projection, it can divide it into two equal halves. This is have a represented by R configuration and this is S configuration. So it is opposite in direction to each other. Net effect is 0 and it is null effect. It is meso compound. So for meso compound it is easy. If you have any D and L, first you can convert into D and L into a Fisher projection. You can check, it will be a more easier for you. Thank you so much. Please like, comment and review my lesson. Next move on to the next lesson. Thank you.